There is obviously a time to give yourself grace and rest, take a step back. There is also the time to give yourself tough love and speak to yourself and tell yourself that this is not the time for you to quit. Hey fam, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. My name is TOBI ACHUDUME. If this is your first time here, you're super welcome. I'm so excited to have you here with me. So here on this channel, we'll talk about topics, tips and tricks that will help us grow fearlessly to the best versions of ourselves. If you're interested in videos like that, please click the subscribe button so you get notified when we have new videos up. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming here again. I hope that you enjoyed this video as much as you have enjoyed the other ones. Please do not forget to share this video with your friends and family. Let's all grow to the best versions of ourselves. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you another episode of the Bad Habits series. And today's one, we are going to be talking about bad habits in our lifestyle. I think I can reframe that topic again to make more sense. So we're going to be talking about bad lifestyle habits. So these habits that we're talking about today, they are things that we have gotten accustomed to, we have gotten used to them, and they have unconsciously become a part of our lifestyle. So we sometimes don't even know that we're doing these things. We're going to talk about these habits today so that we can stop these unconscious things that we are doing that we have made a part of us, so that we can ultimately grow to the best versions of ourselves. So this is episode 5, and I'm just going to say that you should definitely check episodes 1 through 4. We have talked about bad reset habits, bad morning habits, bad evening habits, and bad habits that are disrupting your spiritual growth. I'm going to have all of them linked in the description bar and also link the series up here. So you should definitely check it out. Let's get into today's video. Let's look at these bad lifestyle habits that we're doing that's affected how we see ourselves and how others see us as well. And just so you know, the last one is my absolute favorite, so you should definitely stick for that one. Let's go. So the first bad habit I'm going to share with you is comparison, and I'm certain that you have heard this over and over again. I even have a video where I talk about comparison and how to deal with it. I'm going to have it linked here. You absolutely should check it out, because in it I share tips that would help you to deal with comparison and just become a better version of yourself. So comparison, you have heard so many times, is a killer or stealer, thief of joy. But I'm going to break this down a little bit further and explain what exactly this means. When you compare yourself with others, or you compare your journey with other people's journeys, what you're doing is you're missing out on your process and your own journey. And so the things that you should be excited about on your journey, you're not excited about that because you're not even noticing these things as steps that you're taking. So an example is this: when you're about to start a new job, there is an excitement that comes with it because you're starting something new. When you're about to start a new project, there's an excitement that comes with that as well. When you have gotten so used to comparing yourself with other people, when you get to the point of starting something new, because it is not what those other people celebrated as new, you don't even see it as something to celebrate, or you don't even see it as something that you need to be aware of as happening in the moment. And so with this, you're missing out on the things that you should be excited about in your life. So this is how comparison steals joy. You're not noticing the things in your own life that you should celebrate, that you should be excited about, because you're comparing it with what other people have gone through, celebrated, and you're missing out on your own process. There is no point in comparing yourself with other people because 1, we are very different people. 2, we are on different journeys. We are running different races. Some people are running 100 meters race, some are running 500, some are running a marathon. We are all running different races. And if you're comparing your race to other people's race, you are not focused on your own race and you're losing on your race, and you don't want to lose. So stop comparing yourself. And this has become very unconscious because now you're used to it. You don't even notice when you're doing it again. You have gotten so used to comparing that it has become a part of you. And this is how it is a bad lifestyle habit. So you need to stop comparing yourself, and you need to be conscious and intentional about it as well, because it's a lifestyle habit. And lifestyles are more challenging to change. Second bad habit is quitting before you need to quit. I'm not going to lie, this gives me the ache, if that is even pronounced right, when I see people quitting before they quit. And I understand that there are moments where you have to quit when you're doing something. There are obviously times where it's like, okay, you know what, I have done enough and I'm quitting. But the one I'm talking about is when you quit before you need to. So you're quitting at something, or you're quitting on something because you're not feeling the vibe anymore, because you're putting in so much work, because it's not giving what it's supposed to be giving, because it's now giving you too much work and you're called to live the baby girl life. There is obviously a time to give yourself grace and rest, take a step back. There is also the time to give yourself tough love and speak to yourself and tell yourself that this is not the time for you to quit. You need to double up and keep going, keep doing what you want to do. Now, how does this become a bad lifestyle habit? When you quit over time and you're always looking for a way to stop doing something when it becomes too much work for you, you have built the habit of quitting when things are not going the way they should be going for you. And this is very terrible because it means that you're not able to sustain anything. When you start a new project and you've given it 3 months and you're not seeing the results and you quit, you start another one, you do the same thing. You're not giving yourself the chance or the opportunity to actually grow in anything. You're not giving yourself the opportunity to become an expert in anything, to become a winner in anything, because before you even get to the point of winning, you have already quit. And that's a very bad lifestyle habit. I put something up on Instagram some time ago, some weeks ago at this point. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, why are you not following me on Instagram? I'm going to have my social media handles somewhere in this video, also in the link in the description bar. Also linked in the description bar. So please follow me on social media as well. And so what was I saying? What I talked about on that video is that one of the fears, and actually the only fear that you should allow yourself to feel all the time, apart from your fear of God, fear for God, the two, is the fear of quitting just before you get your result, just before you get your miracle, before you get your breakthrough. I fear that thing so much. And so because of that, if I'm getting to the point where I feel like I want to quit, it's also a reminder that this just might be the time where you get your breakthrough. And so many times it has been like that for me. And so quitting before you need to quit is a bad habit because you get used to doing it and you don't give yourself the chance to actually succeed at anything. So please stop it. The third bad habit I'm going to share with you is perfectionism. And coming from a recovering perfectionist, I'm going to tell you that you absolutely need to let this lifestyle habit alone. Like, leave it completely. You and I know that perfectionism does not help you in any way. If anything, it helps you to waste time. And I have a video where I also talk about this. I'm going to have a link here, also in the description bar. I'm just going to say this, that any video that I reference in this video, I'm going to have linked in the description bar so you can check it out. If you're waiting for anything to be perfect before you do anything, you're going to be waiting for a long time. What you're going to be doing is spending time doing things that you should not be doing, checking for things that you should not be checking for, paying attention to things that you should not be paying attention to, all in the name of you want to have a perfectly done job. You want to submit something that is perfect. It's just a time waster. And most of the time, you know that the extra things that you want to do to make this thing perfect, you don't need to. You've just somehow convinced yourself that it is also important. But deep down, if you check deep down, you know that it is not important. You're just extending the time that you spend on it because you're not confident in what you're doing or you're not comfortable with what you're doing. And that is a very bad excuse for you to be holding on or not doing the things that you want to do. Newsflash, to get a perfectly done job, you need to start. And starting is never perfect. It has never been perfect. So if you want to have something perfectly done, you need to go through imperfect steps to get to that perfect job. So how about that? Start with the imperfect steps instead of waiting for it to be perfect before you take the first step. Because if you're waiting, you're not going to take that step. Number 4 is being comfortable with comfort. And this is on the flip side of perfectionism. So while perfectionism is you're waiting for things to be perfect before you start, being comfortable with comfort means that once you see some form of result, you're already okay with it. You're already fine with it. And we're not called to live that kind of life. We're called to live life in abundance. So doing things in a wishy-washy way, doing things in a way that you know does not speak excellent is a bad habit because you also get used to it. It's also a bad lifestyle habit because you get used to doing things anyhow. So you want to submit a project, you submit the project, and instead of getting 100%, they tell you that it's 60%, and you feel like 60% is still a pass mark, you're fine with that. That's a bad habit, because you get used to just enough. And people with just enough mindset or just enough mentality, they don't go far in life. You're okay with being average. And that's, again, not what we're called to be. You're not called to live an average life. You're not called to be an average person. You're called to be an excellent person, to live life in abundance. And that is what you should be looking forward to. So the fact that you're seeing 10% results at something does not mean that you should be comfortable with that. If anything, it should tell you that you can actually get more if you continue to do what you're doing in a better, clearer, and more expecting way. So always strive for excellence. I always strive for excellence, and not in a perfectionist way, but in a way that if I do something today and it is seen as good, I'm making sure that I am going to do it better the next time I do it. So that way you're striving for excellence, and you're not okay with mediocre. You're not okay with just anyhow. You're working towards being the best version of yourself, and that means that you are always coming out as your excellent self. Anytime you have to come out, anytime you have to submit something, you're submitting it in an excellent way. Anytime you have to do anything, you're doing it excellently, not doing it just to get past, just to get through, or just to get by. You're doing it with your expectation of excellence. So always strive for excellence, and when you strive for excellence, expect excellence. Don't expect the barest minimum, because also what you expect kind of reflects in the work you put into what you're doing. Number 5, which is my absolute favorite, is procrastination. Because why are we still procrastinating? It's 2023. Why are you still procrastinating? And the worst with this is that we do it without even thinking about it. So you're just like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. And you're just, why are you not doing it now? Like, what is the actual reason that you're giving as to why you're not doing what you should be doing today? Why? Tell me, I'll wait. Nothing, absolutely nothing. You've just gotten so used to saying you will do things tomorrow that you don't even think about the fact that you are wasting time saying that. When you continue to procrastinate on the things that you should be doing for absolutely no reason, and even when you have reasons, but the reasons do not make sense when you think about it when you are actually doing the task, you see that you're just wasting time. Let me explain to you what happens when you're procrastinating with things. So you say you've planned to do something between 3 and 5 p.m. on Monday, right? Between 2:30 and 3, you begin to give yourself reasons why you don't have to do it by 3 o'clock again. And you begin to say things like, I actually can do it tomorrow. There is no rush. I'm not in a hurry. And you begin to give all of these excuses, legit or illegit excuses, as to why you are not doing it. Because you have blocked out 3 to 5 p.m. to perform this task, and you have now convinced yourself that you're not going to do this task, between 3 and 5 p.m. you're going to struggle to do anything that you want to do between that time, because you're not doing exactly what you want to do. I know the brain is weird, but that is what happens when you say you're going to do something between a particular time and you're not doing it. If you notice, you are not going to be doing any tangible or important thing between that time that you have blocked out for a different task. Why this happens this way, I have no idea, but I know that it happens because I have seen it happen. And so when you now get to doing the task the next day, you see that you're struggling to keep up because the momentum was built for the day before, and you doing it today means that you're already under pressure, because now you see that the time that you thought you had to complete this task, you actually do not have. You see how procrastination works? When you do this over and over again, you've gotten so used to it, and this is why you now say you can work better under pressure. You cannot work better under pressure. You're just now forced to work better under pressure. So please stop procrastinating and change this lifestyle habit, because when you do, you begin to enjoy the benefits of actually enjoying the time that you have and using time in the best way that you can. So stop procrastinating on the things that you know that if you have set out to do it today, nothing stops you from doing it today, except it is a medical emergency or a life and death issue. Then you can procrastinate. But if it is not, then please do not procrastinate. So these are 5 bad lifestyle habits that we have kind of gotten used to in our daily living. They are lifestyle habits because you have done them way too many times and you are now used to doing these things. You don't even notice that you are doing them until you begin to see the deficiencies that come with it. So please stop these bad lifestyle habits. If you need to watch this video again to remind yourself of what they are, feel free to do so. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up, share with me in the comment section, leave your reviews with me as well. I love to see your reviews and respond to them. Thank you so much. Do not forget to share with your friends and family and subscribe to my channel as well. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till next time, bye.